Hello and welcome to your deep stretch and relaxation. My name is Tina. I'll be guiding you through your practice today. And just a few gentle reminders before we get going. Just make sure you have any props that you'd like to use throughout class. You don't have to use any, but if you're comfortable with using props throughout your practice, feel free to do so. Okay? Taking breaks whenever you feel your body needs it. Coming to resting poses and only staying in a pose for as long as you need to. Okay, taking water, honoring your body and your mat space. Okay, so let's grab a sip of water and then we'll come down in Shavasana, center our breath, and get a little stretch before we start moving. Okay, so just coming down to the mat as you feel comfortable. Okay, no matter what time of the day you're practicing. So maybe the knees are going to stay bent with the soles of the feet on the mat. Feet can be wide or heels behind your sit bones. Or maybe you want to extend the legs long and just release the energy down towards your mat space. Okay, so if the legs are long, see if you can let go of any of the tension in the ankles and the feet. Just let the feet flop out to either side. And relaxing the muscles in the legs. Sometimes we don't know that we're actually tensing the muscles up until we bring our awareness to parts of our body. Okay, so just bring a softness into the calves to help release the feet. Okay, taking the work out of the quads, releasing a little bit deeper into the hips. Okay, softening the belly towards the spine so our lower backs can relax and release. Bringing the ribs in nice and neatly and towards the body. And just working with your natural rhythm of breath. Okay, let's soften the elbows towards your mat. Just allow the hands to rest wherever it feels natural, on the body, away from the body, palms up or down. Let's bring that softness across the chest, relaxing the collarbones, releasing those shoulders down towards your mat. Okay, let's bring a slight tuck to the chin. Back of the head lightly rests on the mat. Releasing the tension in the jaw. Again, sometimes when we are in stillness, we don't know that these things are happening until we draw that awareness into that specific area. So at times when we are, in a sense, trying to get through things or we hold our breath, sometimes the jaw tenses up, okay, restricting what we do from the neck down. So let's unclench the jaw, separate the teeth, and just let the tongue hang heavy in the mouth. And then just bringing a softness across the forehead and allowing the eyes to delicately rest in the sockets. Okay, so just taking a couple more rounds of your natural rhythm of breath. Just notice where in the body we can sip the breath into. Maybe it's short, sweet breaths. Maybe we naturally have a lengthier breath. And just see what happens to the body when you inhale naturally. Does any parts of the body want to move off the mat, tense up? And just dive a little bit deeper and see if we can relax the body through this breath. So let's take one more deep breath in. And then holding the breath in here, sip the breath a little bit higher, find a little bit more space. And then just release your jaw and release the breath through your mouth. Maybe making a little sound on the exhale. A little sigh. Now turning the focus back in towards the breath, let's start to deepen the breath through the nose, taking the breath all the way up the body. See how far we can access that breath. Holding on your edge, and then slow exhale. See if you can equalize the inhale and the exhale. So if the inhale is a count of 3, we exhale for a count of 3, or something slightly close to it. Inhale, allow the body to rise without tension. And as you exhale, soften, release. Okay, and it's perfectly normal to hear this breath entering the body and leaving the body. Okay, this is how we cleanse the body, releasing any stagnant energy, helping reduce any tension in the body, any stressors, stimulating our nervous system, igniting our metabolism. So once you have that breath regulated within the body and movement feels right, we'll start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, keeping this breath throughout your entire practice. If at any point you need to come back to your breath, take a moment, reset. Okay, maybe take the head from side to side, just getting into the sides of the neck, maybe helping to release any tension in the shoulders. Okay, and if those legs are long, let's bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And then just slightly lifting the hips up to release that lower back down. Bring that belly button to spine connection. And then we'll hug the knees in one at a time, rock it out from side to side. So hands can be on shins or hamstrings. Get a nice little compression into the hip flexors. Relax the elbows, relax the shoulders. Let the feet be floppy. Okay, tailbone lengthens down the mat space. Okay, and from here, let's continue to hug in the right leg. Release the left foot down to the mat. Okay, let's hug the right leg in as much as you can while bringing the elbows down towards your mat space. Shoulders remain on the mat. Back of the head lightly pressing into the mat. See if you can hug that leg in a little bit deeper. Maybe feeling that belly to quad connection. Okay, so either interlacing the fingers on the shin or the hamstring. And then just maybe even taking small circles into that hip. Maybe massaging the other way, going counterclockwise. Okay, and then on your next inhale breath, let's slowly start to shoot the leg up towards the ceiling, keeping a micro bend in the leg. And we'll interlace the fingers on the hamstring. Okay, pointing the toe up towards the ceiling, then flexing up through the heel. Just getting a nice stretch in the front of the leg, the back of the leg, the foot, the ankle. Okay, and feel free to keep that left leg bent, solo the foot on the mat, or you can slowly start to slide your left leg down, long on the mat, keeping those hips level. Okay, take the tension out of the shoulders, chest is reaching up towards the ceiling. Shine your heart up. Okay, and if your shoulders want to tense or lift up, maybe we need to back off the stretch a little bit, bring the leg a little bit further away from you. If you're a little bit more open, then maybe the leg draws a little bit closer. Okay, feel free if you do have access to a belt or just something to loop around your foot. You can point the heel up towards the ceiling, flex the toes towards your face, and then just take hold of whatever you have. Bring it as close to your midsection as you can, and then slowly start to open up, grounding down in through the hips if interlacing the fingers on the hamstring doesn't feel quite right this evening or today. Okay, so keeping those hips level. Okay, feel free to play with movement in the foot. Once we hold this position, sometimes we lose feeling in the foot. Legs, we're not used to inverting our legs, but this is helping flush fresh blood into the legs, help rejuvenate, energize. Okay, now let's take that left hand and then just take it onto the outer thigh on the right, and then just slowly start to draw your right leg over to the left. Okay, it doesn't have to come all the way, and then just take the right hand palm face down, about shoulder height. Okay, so if your leg does slowly start to come all the way over to the left, see if you can stack the hips. Okay, so only go as far as you can feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh and the hamstring. Breathe into your twist. Right shoulder stays pinned down towards the mat. Use the palm to press into the mat to help keep you stable. Because once we roll over onto one hip, sometimes we get a little bit rocky. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Take the tension out of the shoulders. Let's go one more big breath. You can stay a little bit longer if you'd like. Okay, now we'll take that left hand to the inner right thigh and slowly guide ourselves back up to center. Reposition the hips on the mat and then hug that right knee in. Slowly start to bend that left leg if the left leg is long, and then hugging the knees in, rock it out from side to side. On your next inhale breath, lengthen through the spine. Interlace the fingers underneath the left knee or behind the leg on the hamstring. Left leg hugs in. Right sole of the foot comes down towards your mat. Keep the hips level. Okay, feeling that quad towards the belly. Nice deep breaths in. Okay, allow the belly to press into the quad. Your tailbone is lengthening down the mat. Lower back on the mat. Left foot passive, so just allow the foot to become very floppy. Okay, right sole of the foot can stay on the mat. Hugging in a little bit deeper, maybe making small circles into the hip flexor. Okay, going one way and then reversing. There we go. Okay, so once we're in a static hold, feel free to readjust as much as necessary. Okay, so if something doesn't feel quite right, just know that you have the freedom to move and to find a better way. Okay, within your practice, on or off the mat. Okay, and then from here, we're going to slowly start to extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers on the hamstring, or if you have a belt, loop it around the middle of the left foot, and then reach the heel up, and then slowly start to draw that left leg towards your body. Okay, with energy, with time, okay? So if maybe we're up here, maybe we're a little far back, just work with your breath, work with your own body. We don't have to get there today. Maybe we're there tomorrow, in a week, a month. Okay, this is our own opportunity to work with our own body, our own progressions. Recognize when you need to take a step back, pointing the toes up, reaching up through the heel, just playing with that movement in the foot, the ankle, stretching the front of the leg and the back, keeping as much of a bend in that knee as you need to. Okay, so sometimes when we straighten that leg, we cause different reactions within the body. So just find that sweet spot. Okay, and then the right knee can stay bent, or you can send that leg long. Keep the hips level. Keep lengthening that tailbone down towards the back of your mat. Relaxing that lower back on the mat. So bring that belly button to spine connection and nice deep breaths coming from the pit of the belly. Okay, we're relaxing into that parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, rest and digest, reset. Okay, reconnect with your breath if you've lost connection. Don't hold the breath. Feel free to take movement into the foot as it's needed. Okay, so if your foot's starting to fall asleep, then let's just move with flexion and extension of that foot. Point the toes up, reach up through the heel. Okay, see if you can move to a different edge. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Back of the head lightly rests on the mat, slight tuck of the chin. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Okay, and either staying here or taking that right hand to the outer thigh and just guiding that left leg over to the right. Left palm down on the mat. Okay, and we don't have to come all the way over, we can hover. Breathing into the left side body, breathe into your twist. Okay, allow that breath to body connection. Okay, finding your own variation, your own edge in this stretch. Okay, the breath will guide you to how far we need to go with this. Okay, nice deep breath in through the nose. Slip that breath into the left shoulder. Exhale, let it go. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Okay, so either staying here for a few more breaths or taking that right hand to the in. Let's help the leg up, back to center. Hugging that knee in, bringing the right knee in to meet. Rock it out from side to side. Bring the feet down to the mat, reach the fingertips up overhead, nice big stretch. Now let's roll over to our right side. Just pausing here in the fetal position. Okay, so just feeling that release in the hips and into the legs. Let's press ourselves up. Okay, we'll bring the legs out long. Bending the right knee. Let's pick up the right foot and just cross it over top of the left leg. Hugging in with the left arm. Inhale, the right arm up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, we're going to bring that right hand behind us, tent up on the fingertips, lift and lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Lift and lengthen. So we're pressing into those fingertips, hugging the right knee in with the left arm. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Lift and lengthen. And release. Keep connected with your breath. Let's take one more deep breath in. Maybe we twist over a little bit more to the right. Don't force it. Work with your breath. Okay, on your next inhale breath, bring that right arm up to center. Come back to center. Let's take that right foot back to center. Sitting back on your mat, bring the feet out wide. And it doesn't have to be a full split. Maybe we're here. Okay, so reaching through those heels, curl the toes back. Activate into the quads. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Walk the hands back. Come up to seated. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale halfway, walk the hands back, slowly roll up to seated. Inhale up, exhale forward fold, and we stay here for a few breaths. So hollowing out the belly to get yourself a little bit deeper into your fold, or maybe you want to explore a wider stance. Keep your sit bones rooted on the mat. So if your sit bones are lifting up, back off a little bit and then come back to your new edge. Okay, there's no need to force the process. We all have our own timelines. Okay, keep flexing through the heels, curling those toes back towards our knees. Rounding out through the spine, hollow out the belly. Shoulders round forward. Quads are flexed. Nice stretch and release into the hamstrings. Okay, so when we use one muscle group to release the next, so if one muscle group is flexed on the front and we're releasing the back side, we use reciprocal inhibition. So both sides of the body are being utilized, one for active, one for release. One more breath. Come up halfway, walk the hands back, and then slowly roll up the spine until your head comes up last. Okay, let's take the hands underneath the legs, help yourself back to center. Okay, give your legs a little shake out. Then we'll hug in that left leg, cross it over top of the right thigh, hug in with the right arm. Okay, inhale, left arm comes up, relax the shoulder, and then immediately bringing that left hand behind your hips. Tenting up on the fingertips, lift up nice and high, inhale. And as you exhale, twisting over to the left. Okay, so just think of wringing out a cloth. As you inhale, we lift and lengthen. As you exhale, you twist out that cloth. Just ridding our body of any toxins, any stagnant energy, any stale breath. Okay, so that left shoulder is back behind us, nice and lifted without any tension. Use that inhale to lift through the spine, and as you exhale, twisting a little bit more, work with your own body without any force. Okay, so just work with the breath and the connection. Keep hugging that left leg in with the right arm. Okay, nice deep breath in. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release. On your next inhale breath, let's lift up that left arm. Come back to center. Take the left leg off of the, uncross. Bring the feet out in front together. Reaching to the heels, or you can just let the feet be passive in this position here. Root down through your sit bones, hips are facing forward. Inhale, arms rise up. Okay, and we're going to come to a forward fold. Hinge forward from the hips. Spine flexion in the spine. Walking the hands back behind the hips. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Inhale, rise up. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Release the hands down. Just see where they want to fall. Rounding at the spine, walk the hands back. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Last inhale up. Exhale, come to your fold, and we hold here. Okay, so we hinge at the hips, and without any pulling or pressure, we just rest the hands beside the legs. Even if we want to take the hands on the legs, we're not pulling at the feet to pull us down further towards our body. We're working with the breath to help hollow out the spaces, to help fold us deeper. Okay, so take the tension out of the hands. So just imagine that your hands are floating up above the floor. See how far you can guide yourself with just your breath. feeling yourself melt a little bit deeper towards your own body. And then place the hands down gently. Just almost feel like they're still hovering above the floor, your mat. Feel free to keep a little bend in the knees, micro bending the knees to help guide you a little bit further. Okay, if the knees are feeling a little uncomfortable tonight, if you have the micro bend, feel free to scooch a pillow underneath or something like a towel or anything. Let's take another deep breath in. Exhale, release, let it go. Let's slowly start to walk those hands back by the hips, keeping the head low. Let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head's going to come up last. Okay, from here, let's come into tabletop position. Okay, working with flexion and extension of the spine. So your hips are on top of the knees, toes are tucked, shoulders on top of wrists, spread the fingers wide. Keep those elbows soft. Inhale, tailbone comes up towards the ceiling, belly down, chest forward. Let's look up. Okay, so not looking up to crank the neck, maybe slightly forward and just bring the eyes up. Exhale, roll the pelvis under, tuck the belly button in towards the spine, look down, maybe tucking the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, tailbone up, belly down, chest comes forward, press into the hands to keep the shoulders lifted. Look forward, maybe bringing the eyes up. Exhale, roll the pelvis underneath. Belly button to spine, look down between those hands. Okay, tailbone up, belly down, chest forward, looking forward and up. Exhale one more time. Let's round the spine. Tuck the belly button up towards the lumbar spine. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Pelvis is rolled under. Okay, and then we come back to that neutral tabletop position. And then we're just going to bring the knees out about mat's width distance, coming into setup for frog. Okay, so once you arrive, maybe taking the knees just a little further than mat's width distance. Okay, we're going to take the feet in dorsiflex, so reaching through the heels so the toes are facing out and the arches of the feet are pressing into the mat. Okay, the hips are hovering, the ankles, heels, and knees are in one nice line. Okay, so if the knees are a little bit sensitive on the inner side, you can come to the side of your mat. So come sideways, roll the mat in half, and then just create a little extra cushion. Or if you do have anything like a towel or a blanket that you can place underneath your knees. Okay, so keep a nice straight spine. So tuck that belly button up towards the spine, chest is forward, the neck is neutral. We're going to press into those hands. Okay, and then maybe getting a little bit into the hips. Okay, so once we hold position, maybe we come back a little bit into the hips. Okay, so if full frog is a little too much this evening, coming down to your mat space and then just hovering one knee out to the side, coming into half frog. So the top of the extended leg is, the top of the foot is pressing into the mat. The chest is square to the mat, hips are square, forearms down. Okay, and we're still flexing through the heel. Still getting a stretch into the hips and the groin. Okay, so if we're in half frog, just be mindful of switching sides. I'll let you know when we're halfway there. Okay, if at any point you need to leave full frog, feel free to do so by crawling forward onto forearms, coming down to forearms and then crawling forward. Okay, so if you're up on hands, you come down to the forearms and then you army crawl until you're on your belly. And then just stacking the hands, elbows wide, bring the forehead down to the hands if you need to come out at any point. Okay, so just keeping slightly active in this pose. So we're going to energetically press the shin bone or that side of the calf that's down on the mat into your mat, pressing the arch of the foot into the mat. Okay, so to help create that deeper opening in this position. Okay, reconnecting with your breath, relax your shoulders, whichever position you're in. High frog, down on the forearms, half frog. Reconnect, keep breathing. Okay, so if you're in half frog, let's get ready to switch. So pressing the forearms into the mat, tuck the toes, bring that extended leg, bring the knee behind the hip, and then slowly start to bring the leg that was just in half frog, knees behind the hips. Come on down towards the belly or onto the belly, top of the opposite foot, pressing into the mat, leg is long, and then we're just going to bring that opposite knee up, dorsiflex through the heel, make sure that heel, ankle, and knee are in one long line, activating, pressing into the arch, keeping the shoulders, hips, and chest square to your mat. Okay, so keep pressing the shin and the arch into the foot to help open up the other hip. Okay, so keep breathing. Nice deep breath in through the nose, release through the nose. Maybe even closing your eyes just to bring yourself back to your breath. Okay, so quieting out the background, releasing any distractions. Okay, on the inhale, acknowledge. On the exhale, let it go. Okay, always identifying if we need to readjust. Okay, so we don't want to work through pain. Slight edge, a challenge, but never pain. Okay, so if you're experiencing any of those things, coming out of the pose safely or readjusting, find a new way. Okay, we don't give up. We readjust, reset, think of a new way to make it work. Okay, start to deepen that breath in through the nose, relax the shoulders, whether you're up on the hands or down on the forearms. Okay, if any part of the body is finished with the pose, feel free to safely come out. Okay, and just maybe closing your eyes and thinking of your favorite place to relax. Just imagining that that's where you are. See if you can tap into that space, your happy place. Okay, we're almost there. Keep breathing. Keep floating that energy towards that space where you can feel total relaxation. Okay, let's just take a few more breaths. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Okay, so if we're in half frog, let's tuck those back toes, come onto the extended legs, knee, and then just slowly start to bring that bent leg behind the hips, come onto your belly, stack the hands, elbows stay wide, bring the forehead down to the hands. Okay, so if you're in full frog, you're down on your forearms, we're going to army crawl forward until we're on our bellies. Bring the feet together, toes touch, heels separate,
Stack the hands, bring the forehead down. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Okay, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release. Okay, just finding that space where you can release into your mat. Unclench the jaw. Okay, on your next inhale breath, let's lift the forehead up.
And then we're just going to tee the arms out, palms face down. Okay, from here, we're going to slowly start to roll over onto the right hip, keeping the head down on the mat. Right arm is extended behind us. We bend the left leg and then just bring that left leg behind us, knee reaching up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then reaching that top hand behind our back. Bend the elbow. Okay, stretching into that right shoulder. If this is too much, option here, bring that right hand up overhead, cradling your head with your right arm, palm face up or down. Okay, and then just bringing that left foot behind you, knee points up, opening up the hip. Okay, this can be a little bit of an intense stretch for the shoulder. Okay, so just working your way into it. Okay, so if you want to back off a little bit, still feel a nice stretch in the right shoulder, maybe just rolling a little bit forward on the hip so we're not completely coming back. Okay, so and if that left arm is bent behind, to help open up the chest, get a little bit more of a deeper stretch, deeper connection. Keep working with your breath. If at any time this is feeling a little too intense, roll forward. Bring that right hand underneath the head. Okay, continue if it feels right. Keep continuing to open up that left hip by slowly starting to draw the knee back behind us. Maybe slowly starting to roll onto the lateral edge of the the left foot. Okay, make the stretch exactly what you need. Start to deepen your breath. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Stay longer if you'd like. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Okay, so if we have that left hand bent behind us, let's bring that left arm back to center. Slowly start to roll back towards our bellies. Straightening that left leg. Let's come back to the belly. Stack the hands in the opposite direction. Toes touch, heels separate. Forehead to stacked hands. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Okay, I'm working with the other side. Slowly start to tee the arms out to shoulder height. Begin to roll onto the left hip. Bend the right knee, bring the right foot behind the left leg. And then just coming onto the left side. Okay, so again, if this is too intense for that left shoulder, that opening, bring that left hand underneath the head, cradling your head with the left arm. Okay, if you'd like a little bit more, bring the right hand up and then just bring the back of the hand just to the middle of the back. Relax your glutes. And then if you're looking for a little bit more of an opener in the hip, start to slowly bring yourself onto the lateral edge of that right foot. Okay, so if we need to back off a little bit, rolling forward so we're not quite on the left hip, so we're coming forward just a little bit. Or if you want to intensify, roll back a little bit more. Okay, feel free to take that right hand in front. Relax the jaw, keep breathing. Maybe closing the eyes. Okay, we're almost there. If you need to come out at any point, slowly start to roll forward, bringing both hips to the mat, bringing both legs long, stacking the hands, elbows wide. Forehead comes to stacked hands, maybe stacking in the opposite direction this time. Big toes touch, separate the heels. Or staying with us for a few more breaths. Nice, slow, deep, and controlled. We're almost there. Okay, feel free to readjust as much as needed. Okay, taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release, let it go. 2 more breaths. Last one. Okay, once you reach the bottom of your exhale breath, slowly begin to roll the hips forward until you come onto your belly, straightening both legs, stacking the hands in the opposite direction, elbows are wide, resting the forehead down on stacked hands. Okay, feel free to rock the forehead from side to side, just massaging that pressure point in the middle of the brows. Okay, bring the big toes to touch, separate the heels, relax the quads. Nice deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale, release through the nose. And on your next inhale breath, slowly start to lift the forehead off of your stacked hands, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself forward, and then we'll bring the hands just above the mat, bringing the hands just a little bit wider off the mat. Okay, bring the forehead back down, and then as you inhale, you're going to bring your chest, shoulders, and head up, press into the fingertips. Exhale down, just working with that upper back. Inhale up into Cobra. Exhale, come down, bring the forehead down towards the mat. Inhale, bring the chest, shoulders, and head forward and up. Exhale down. One more time, chest, shoulders, and head up. Undulate through the spine. Exhale, come down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, then press ourselves up, coming onto our knees. Toes stay tucked. Keeping the hips lifted, let's walk our hands forward, melting our hearts towards the mat, coming into puppy pose. So the belly comes towards the hips. Hips rise up towards the ceiling. Forehead comes down. Option. Bending at the elbows. Bringing the elbows a little bit closer to either side of the head. Bringing your hands into prayer. Okay, melting your heart towards the mat a little bit more. Getting a nice opening into the shoulders and shoulder blades. Okay, or just continue to press your hands into the mat, melting the heart forward. Keeping the toes tucked, hips lifted. Okay, reconnecting with that breath. Keep pressing down into the feet to lift the hips. Pressing down into the forehead, melting the chest down a little bit more, reaching the arms forward or up into prayer. Let's take one more deep breath in here. Okay, bringing the hands back down to the mat, lift the forehead. Let's walk the hands back. Okay, and then just bringing the weight into our seats. Okay, so feel free to bring yourself towards the middle of the mat. And then we'll slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Your head's going to come down last. Keep the knees bent. We're going to pick up the right foot and cross it over top of the left thigh, so the left quad, above the knee, never on the knee. Okay, flexing through that heel. You're going to reach forward in between that figure four and interlace your fingers either on the shin or the hamstring. Keep the hips square. You're going to energetically slowly start to press that right knee away from the body, just opening up into that hip. Okay, and we're going to feel a nice stretch, perhaps into the hamstring. So keep opening up the hip. Keep reaching through that right heel. Relax the shoulders, chest is facing up. Keep breathing. Slight tuck to the chin. Okay, so this is a new way we can take pigeon if our bodies don't feel it on the front as we hover over our bent leg. Okay, so just taking a different approach. So we still get this access the same connection, the same stretch, but we're doing it in a way that our body may be responding to a little bit better. Okay, so there's many ways to access different poses. Okay, so maybe if you're not feeling like you want to do it one day, but you're looking for what it does for you, 9 times out of 10 we can find a different way. 9.5, or maybe 99.9%. Okay, we have to look within us for that answer, for that choice. Okay, maybe we don't do it exactly how it is. As long as we're not causing harm or pain to our bodies, we need to figure it out. What works for your body may not work for somebody else's, but we need to try. We're all very unique beings, and we have the opportunity every single day to let that show, let it shine, stand out. Okay, on your next inhale breath, maybe hugging the legs in a little bit deeper, and then slowly release the hands from the legs. Take the sole of the foot down towards the mat, bringing your arms out to shoulder height, or maybe we're coming to cactus arms. Slowly shifting over to the left. Maybe we hover, maybe that right foot comes down towards the mat to bring you into a twist. Okay, just see if you can relax that right shoulder down towards the mat space. Nice
nice deep breaths in. See if you can relax that right glute, because sometimes once we twist, or sometimes if the body's in a different position, certain areas of our bodies might want to tense up a little bit. Okay, relax the jaw and clench the teeth. Bring a little bit of a tuck to the chin to help release the back of the head to the mat. Okay, aligning the body, utilizing the breath to help us reach our potential within every pose, to help guide us how long we need to be in a pose. Just letting go anything that is no longer needed, no longer serving you in your day, your practice, your breath. Remaining true to yourself and in this present moment. Let's take a few more deep breaths in here. We're almost there. Start to lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, release a little bit deeper. Just finding that sweet spot where we can just completely let go of everything. Just be with ourselves and our breath. Okay, let's slowly start to deepen the breath in through the nose. Reconnect. Exhale, release, let it go. One more time, inhale and release. Okay, slowly, slowly, let's bring those legs back to center. Uncross the right from the left. Let's pick up the hips and reset. Hips are square. Let's pick up that left leg, cross it over top of the right quad, flex through the heel, point the toes towards the knee. Okay, either taking that left hand, pressing the hip open, or reaching through your figure four to interlace your fingers on shin or hamstring. Okay, and then just let that right foot be floppy. Okay, we're energetically reaching through that left heel, bringing those left toes towards our left knee. Okay, relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Slight tuck to the chin, back of the head, lightly resting on your mat. Hips are grounded, belly button to spine, breathe. Okay, keep energetically pressing that left leg away from the body as you draw the right leg in. So we're accessing tension points within the body to help us open the body, release safely, smart. Yeah, and you might feel a little bit different on this side than you did the other side. Sometimes opposite sides of our body hold a little bit more, are able to release a little bit more. It's up to us to recognize with our own breath, with our own awareness, what needs to be done from side to side, minute to minute, day to day, breath to breath. Again, keeping that connection in the body. Reaching through the left heel, chest is facing the ceiling. Relax through the shoulders, relax the elbows. The hands are just interlaced on the leg, the shin or the hamstring as a guide. Okay, to slowly draw the right leg in towards the body as we press the left leg away. Just feeling that connection. Okay, one more deep breath in. And then slowly, slowly allow the sole of the right foot to come down to the mat. Tee the arms out or cactus the arms to shoulder height. Slowly allow the leg to come over to the right. Maybe we hover, maybe that left foot comes all the way. Okay, so just take that breath and release it into that left shoulder. See if we can keep that left shoulder grounded to your mat. Without any force, just energetically let it happen. Okay, so breathing from that left hip all the way up into the shoulder. Okay, and only staying as long as you need to. Lengthen through the breath, accessing that stretch through the body as much or as little as you need it. Relax all the muscles and all the tension from the face. Neutralize the neck. So very often if we're in a deep pose, sometimes the chin comes up towards the ceiling. Let's bring the chin back to a neutral position so the back of the head and the neck are safe, are comfortable. Closing the eyes and just, again, tapping into that happy space, whether you're on the beach, you're in your favorite lounger chair, you're with your favorite people. Just channeling all of that goodness, all of that positivity into your practice with every single breath. Let's slowly start to deepen the breath, reconnect. Take that breath from the left hip into the shoulder, and then exhale, press it out of the belly. 2 more full breaths here. Stay a little bit longer if you like. Last deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let it go. Slowly, slowly come back up to center. Uncross the legs. Lift the hips to reset. Okay, and then just relaxing here as it feels comfortable so the knees can stay bent, or maybe you want to bring the legs long. Maybe the arms are up, reached up overhead. Maybe the arms are at shoulder height. Maybe they're on the body. Just release the breath, release your practice, release the body. So coming to a space where no additional movements are needed at this time. Okay, we're finding that connection back to our mat, coming back to our regular rhythm of breath. Inviting nothing but this moment into our space. And just tapping back into how that natural rhythm of breath feels as it floods through the body. Perhaps a feeling of rejuvenation, renewal, fresh oxygen in all areas of your body. Perhaps some newfound spaces where we've twisted, we've held, we've breathed into to help create, to house new experiences, new opportunities, room for new smiles, laughter, all the things that make you smile, feel grateful, feel happy, and all of those great things that are yet to come. Let's keep space, hold space, keep breathing. Okay, and again, only taking movement when it feels right within your space by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Perhaps we make small circles with the wrists and the ankles. Give the head a nod from side to side, just waking up the neck and the shoulders. Okay, if the legs are long, let's bend those knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Lift the hips, maybe an inch or so. Taking the fingertips, reach behind, give a nice big stretch. And then rolling over to the right, just taking a moment here, pausing in the fetal position, taking a nice natural breath in. And then exhale, feel that breath release. Feeling all those muscles relaxed. Bringing yourself to a Zen state. And either staying here or slowly start to lift yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And of course, ending off our practice with our oxygen mantra by bringing your hands into a heart shape, either placing it over top of your heart space or rising it up towards the sky for everybody practicing with us today. Repeating after me loud and proud. I love my life. Thank you for joining, taking the time to give back to yourself. Always show yourself gratitude and appreciation. Namaste.